We go to Virginia.
Why?
Democratic candidate for Attorney General was grilled about comments he's made in the past.
We don't give a fuck.
No big deal, right?
Did you really think we cared?
Well, when it turns out that one of those comments was about shooting the former GOP leader
Surprise, motherfucker.
and wishing death upon his children.
What the fuck?
Are you retarded?
Nice. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this, from Antifa to Charlie Kirk, this is the Democratic Party.
Fuck.
But aren't they the party of tolerance? But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo, What's Next Daily Dose. Common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Monday. And of course, I have a tendency to say, new day, new week, and new bullshit. And yes, bullshit this is. We go to Virginia. Did you know there was a race of some sort? No, not for governor, but for, what was it? Oh, yes, Attorney General. Yes, Attorney General for the state of Virginia. Well, one of the candidates, a Democratic candidate, by the way, says some things that have come back to haunt him. What we talk about? We talk about policy. We talk about the governor. We talking about, situations in the Virginia House. No, none of that. He spoke about shooting the former GOP leader and wishing death upon his children. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this one. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Virginia Dem AG candidate grilled about comments about shooting the former GOP leader. And there he is, Timu Hakeem Jeffries. A Democratic candidate for Virginia Attorney General was grilled about comments he made pondering shooting a former Virginia House Speaker, allegedly wishing death upon the lawmaker's children. What a peach. In an interview with ABC Local News, reporter Tyler Englander, Jay Jones was asked about his comments and how Virginia could, quote, trust a man who says something so horrific. Englander's interview with Jones came after a National Review reported that in 2022, colleagues eulogizing a recently deceased Democratic lawmaker, and going to entertain thoughts of shooting the former Virginia Speaker of the House of Delegates, Todd Gilbert. Per the National Review, text messages obtained by the outlet show that Jones wrote to Coyer, to Virginia House Delegate, Carrie Coyer, the Republican, to Coyer saying that if faced with a hypothetical situation in which he only had 2 bullets, he had to pick between shooting Gilbert or 2 dictators, he would pick Gilbert. Quote, if those guys died before me, Jones wrote, referencing to Republican colleagues who were publicly honoring the deceased Johnson's memory, I will go to their funerals and piss on their graves to send them out awash in something. Jones then suggested that presented with a hypothetical situation in which he had only 2 bullets that he faced of choice of murdering then Speaker of the House Todd Gilbert and 2 dictators, he shoot Gilbert every time, prompting pushback from his former colleague. Quote, a lot of politics about trust, Englander said. I think there's nothing more horrific than a mother having to hold her dying child. How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific so callously? Well, again, I am so deeply, deeply sorry for what I said, and I wish I hadn't happened, and I would take it all back if I could. Jones answered, yes. No, because you got caught. That's why you think this shit was going to bite you in the ass, but yeah, it has. When asked about the text message about Gilbert and what he was thinking, Jones expressed that he sincerely, from the bottom of his rotting heart, wanted to express his remorse and regret over his words. Sorry, not sorry, as he posted later.
A lot of politics is about trust. I can think of nothing more horrific than a mother having to hold her dying child. How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific, so callously?
Well, again, I am so deeply, deeply sorry for what I said, and I wish that it hadn't happened, and I would take it back if I could.
Yeah, don't think so. Coyer also confirmed to the Washington Post that she had a text exchange with Jones in which he made the comments about his Republican colleagues. A spokesman for Coyer also told the outlet that Jones and Coyer also had a phone conversation and that their text conversation continued after the call. And Jones allegedly talked about Gilbert's children dying in the arms of their mother. Again, what a guy. Coyer confirmed in a statement to the Post that she had a text exchange with Jones in which he made comments about the Republicans on the House floor, eulogizing Joseph Johnson Jr., a longtime Democratic state lawmaker from Southwest Virginia who often voted with the GOP, had died 3 days prior. Coyer said, condemned the text messages in a statement. What? He said he was not just disturbing but disqualifying for another who wants to seek public office, her statement said. Following the initial exchange of text between Jones and Correa, he called her to explain his reasoning, said Mike Young, a spokesman for Correa's re-election. The text conversation continued after the call. In further text, Correa also suggested that Jones also talked to Gilbert's children dying in the arms of their mother, Jennifer. In response to the report from the National Review, Jones issued a statement that he took full responsibility for his actions and they're worthless. Reading back those words made him sick to his stomach and ashamed. Again, sorry, not sorry. Of course, he posted that afterwards. Quote, I take full responsibility for my actions, and I want to issue my deepest apology to Speaker Gilbert and his family. Jones said in a statement shared by Nick Minnock, a reporter for ABC Local. Reading back those words made me sick to my stomach. I'm embarrassed, ashamed, and sorry. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, of course, you knew he was going to chime in, and Lieutenant Governor and Virginia Republican gubernatorial candidate Winsome Earl Sears have issued statements criticizing Virginia Democrat gubernatorial candidate Abigail Spanberger and other Virginia Democrats for not having the guts, the balls, the tenacity, the testicular fortitude, and the courage to call Jones and tell him to drop the fuck out of the race. My thoughts. The fact of the matter is that, well, first of all, I am not that familiar with Virginia politics. Let's just get that out in the open. Glenn Youngkin, yes. Winsome Earl Seals, yes. And she's got a decent chance of winning the election, but may go down to the wire. But we'll see. Anyway, when you have Timu Hakeem Jeffries, who got called on the carpet regarding his disgusting comments, his stupid-ass comments, his moronic comments, his uneducated comments, his ignorant comments. So, if this were Republicans, flip the script. If this were Glenn Youngkin, who basically told his Democratic challenger, one, I would be a shot in the head, and your kids, I hope they die. Guaranteed the Republican Party would have ran his ass out on the rails, or the media would have jumped down his throat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But this is the Democratic Party, and once again, I'll say it again, this is who they are. This is who they are. In my intro, I said it. He said, from Antifa to the death of Charlie Kirk, this is who the Democratic Party are. They don't give up about you, your children, your family, whatever. It's all about money and power. Yes, I understand Republicans goes both ways when it comes to money and power. We've seen it time and time before. But Democrats have mastered it. And especially what we've seen over the last 6 to 8 months, if you think they're stopping, it ain't happening. And with that being said, I'm Giles Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show as always. And we'll see you again. Peace.